So this is the waffle and pancake section of breakfast. This is actually a very quiet morning because we're at sea, and so you can see. So this gives a pretty unrealistic view of what it's like normally. And this is the toppings for pancakes, and these are the pancakes and waffles. You see the staff at the back haven't got too much to do, but what's interesting is we've just got no idea how long these have been out. And there's more, and there's some cakes, some rather unappetizing looking British bangers, and roast potatoes, grilled tomatoes, sautéed vegetables, and scrambled egg, which looks fairly liquid and a bit disgusting. Why anyone would want green sautéed vegetables at breakfast, they've got no idea. And this section could be the omelette section. On a normal day, this would be incredibly busy. And this is the look at the bread stations that you get on this ship. And what's really, really difficult to get is what I would call normal bread. I mean, there is some there at the back, but this is for display only. So if you wanted some sort of French bread or cut bread, apart from the rather sort of factory looking stuff at the back, that's it, there isn't any. And the bagels are all a bit thin, and you've got to ask for them to be lightly toasted, so otherwise they come out like stone. So here we're going to move on, and here we have a cream cheese and smoked salmon station. We just topped up the smoked salmon, which is not bad. For some reason there's seeds and raisins there, not quite sure why. Hot milk, we'll use that. A variety of sauces. And this is called the American breakfast station, which I think I just wouldn't want to have. It sort of all looks a bit greasy, and it's probably been out there for an hour. Not quite sure who'd want to eat those kinds of sautéed vegetables, and the scrambled egg is all a bit overdone and cold, and well, the bacon looks a bit undercooked compared to usual. This is better. This is a yogurt station, yogurt and muesli with a nice dish of prunes, and this is quite good. Some walnuts and some oats and strawberries. Unfortunately, the strawberries are never fresh. They're only ever either in frozen or tinned ones, which are a bit disgusting. So now we pick up with the trip around breakfast, and this is a small fresh fruit counter, but you only get 3 possibilities. It's just very, very plain. And here we come to the cereal containers, and again, like everything else, this is just geared up to American taste. And one thing that's a noticeable absence is any bran flakes. Oh, well, no, they've got raisin bran, so they do have bran flakes. No Weetabix, very American. And a repeat of the bread, but with slightly different breads, and an outbreak of this morning's special, which is a cinnamon roll, which is more roll than cinnamon. Back round again. Oh, I tell a lie. Here is another cereal container, but I must admit, I have never ever seen Weetabix looking like that. It must be the American version. Some hot milk for your cereal, just in case. And now we move on to a very small gluten-free section where there is buns and bread. And I have to say, actually, that the gluten-free bread looks better than the bread for the non-gluten sensitive people. Moving on, you always have to pick up a serviette, knife and fork. No spoon in there. More fruit. This is melon, or grapefruits, different kind of melon, and pineapple. And this section is called the English breakfast. There's someone there just helping themselves to an English breakfast. Some fairly sort of, I don't know, the look of those sausages probably belies their taste. Coddled eggs, very unusual. Some more that, and especially for the English, they've got some black pudding. And these are presumably boiled egg containers, if you ask for a boiled egg. Right. Now this is a bit of a mystery, because each morning they have a joint, and this morning it's pork loin and apple sauce. And I have actually seen people taking this, but why anybody would want loin of pork for breakfast at 6:30 in the morning is beyond me. And now we move on. Some orphaned seeds, raisins, cinnamon and sugar. Next to a display of cut meats and a very limited display of cheese. In fact, they're labelled provolone cheese and Swiss cheese, but you can see what they're like, and it's a bit unfortunate that already early in the morning these have been out so long that they're starting to curl. Moving on again, yet another bread display, which we'll move past, and now onto one of the better sections, which is deli. So this morning they've got cream cheese, smoked herring, capers, cucumbers, wedges of lemon, onions and tomatoes, and smoked salmon, and what appears at the back to be raw eggs. But that's actually slightly misleading, because when you come on next, you come onto the omelette station, and you can get a half decent omelette here with any of these ingredients, or they will fry an egg to your taste. And here we have another section of American breakfast.